everyone! As I promised, I would be filming a Q&A, question and answers with Fafa Food. And so today I'm going to be answering, actually I have not read the questions yet, and I will be sincerely answering your questions that you had for me in terms of my food blog. So the first question, can you recommend a good Peruvian in London? There are actually a lot of Peruvians in London. And I've only been to actually one Peruvian, and it's called Lima. It's in Fitzrovia and it's amazing. I have been to the restaurant once, and I have gotten food delivery from them while I was in lockdown, and it was really amazing. The experience there is great, the food is really fresh, and I really recommend Lima. The next question, what's your favorite dish to cook? So there's so many dishes that I love cooking. It really depends on my mood, like if I'm feeling creative or I'm feeling to make something very fast because I'm tired. So my favorite meal would basically, I think, be gnocchi. I really enjoy it. Favorite ice cream place in London? It has to be 100% O'Donnell's. It's in South Kensington, and it's the best ice cream place I have been to in London. And I have tried many. There's like Amorino that a lot of people really like, and it's really good as well. But I think O'Donnell's wins the prize. If you go to O'Donnell's, please take the biscotto ice cream. It's amazing. Do you still cook? Due to my inactivity on Fafa Food in the last few weeks because of my exams, yes, I still cook because restaurants are closed, and I get delivery sometimes, but I mostly cook at home. So yes, I still cook. Favorite pizza in London? This one is a hard one because, you know, I came to a realization that a lot of the pizzas in London taste the same. So like, whether you go to Franco Manca or you go to Da Michele, I think it's called. Yes, Da Michele. They kind of taste similar, but I would say my favorite pizza place in London is actually Farina, and I think it's situated around Notting Hill in London, and they only deliver towards like the zones around Kensington. So I've only like gotten it twice, but honestly it's amazing, and I have never been to the restaurant. I'm really looking forward to going when it opens. So what is your favorite place for burgers in London? So with burgers, I've had an amazing adventure while I've been in London for 4 years, and so there's so many good ones. Like Honest Burgers was and still is one of my favorites, and you know, I really like Five Guys, the original kind of burgers. I used to be a fan of Shake Shack, but then it's kind of gone down through the years. I don't know why, but I love the Shake Shack. But I think my favorite one would be Honest Burgers. Did you order takeout, and from where during lockdown? So yes, the first place I ordered from was Ahipoke in Fitzrovia, because I love Ahipoke, and I go almost every day during university time, and as usual, always impeccable. Then I've ordered from Lima, the Peruvian, and then I've also ordered from, let me go through my delivery list and let you know where I ordered from. I've ordered from Yumi Sushi, their sushi is amazing. I've also ordered from Kazu in Fitzrovia. They actually deliver all over London, and I mostly use Deliveroo when I order. And yes, so all the orders that I've done until now have been impeccable, and they have been really good in doing the contact-free policy for Corona. Do you feel safe eating out again? This is a good question, because I know the restaurants are going to do an amazing job in keeping the hygiene perfect and keeping the tables separate. By the way, restaurants are opening on the 4th of July here in London, and I think I feel safe eating at a restaurant, yes. However, it depends which restaurants. You see, like, I wouldn't go to a fast food. I would really not go there, especially on the weekends. And also, yes, I would choose the days and the times as well when I go. I would go maybe when it's not peak hours, you know, when not everybody is like clustered in the restaurant. But I guess restaurants will be full anyway because the tables are going to be separate, so there will be less space to eat, so we'll see. Next question, the ideal tip for the perfect tiramisu. I have way too many questions. The ideal tip, so basically I made tiramisu twice during the lockdown, and the first one that I made it without eggs. So basically, I'm used to making tiramisu without eggs because in my family we don't put eggs in the tiramisu, but then I added eggs the second time I did it, and it came out much more creamy and actually better. So I would say the ideal tip, put one egg, not more, because otherwise it feels too eggy, and you add the mascarpone and then you mix it, and it's perfect. Do you enjoy cooking during lockdown? Yes, I do. What restaurant will be your first stop? I think my first stop will be Dinings SW3. That restaurant is amazing and their sushi is so good, their wagyu burgers are even better, and I love their service, I love the restaurant, it's amazing. I think I'll go there as my first restaurant. What inspired you to start doing this? If by this you mean Fafa Food, so basically what inspired me is basically since I was really young, I've always loved going to restaurants and I've always loved cooking and seeing my parents cook. And so the reason why I started Fafa Food is because I noticed I was posting too much on my main Instagram account in terms of food content, and so I said to myself, I need to make a food account because I cannot spam everybody with food pictures on my normal Instagram, and I really liked editing pictures and taking pictures. Like, food photography has always been one of my favorite things. Do you believe you can win a man's heart with being good at cooking? Yes. And so now the last question I'm going to be answering, what's your favorite country food-wise? It would have to be Italy, honestly. The times that I've been to different places in Italy, the food has always had an impact on me, and it's not because I'm half Italian, but it's also because it's I don't know, it's something about Italian cuisine that just makes it amazing, you know? All the different kinds of food you can have, like fish, meats, pasta, and also pizza, of course. So yes, it's very diverse and I really enjoy it. I also really like Japanese food. Like when I visited Japan, the food is super healthy and honestly just amazing. It's amazing. I love Japanese food. So healthy. There's like no salt in their food. So if you go to Japan, you will love the food as well. It's very different to the Japanese food that you have here in Europe or like abroad, but it's honestly really good. So thank you guys for asking me all these questions, and I hope it gave you more of an insight into what my food blog is about. And I'm really excited to release new content related to recipes and as well food reviews because the restaurants are opening. And thank you. This is Fafa Food.